Okay, so welcome back. We are doing something so exciting today, and we're going to get into, you guys ask me all the motherfucking time to do a makeup tutorial, and I am stepping out on faith. I'm being we're gonna lean the forget. I'm coming through fresh and like super fresh, okay? Like no filter, no nothing. This is a zit, okay? And I suffer from hyperpigmentation. This is a burn. A bitch be burning herself. And then this is a zit too. And I got a couple little burn marks around here. Cause y'all see, I be growing that shit up. So I be really having to give it to y'all. And I really wanted to come through today and give you guys something different. So this is day one, okay, of ZarZarGalore's favorite things. So what I am doing throughout this week, okay, over the next 5-6 days, is we are going to get together every day, okay? I'm going to do something different, and I am going to gift a lucky viewer, all right, with something that's my favorite thing. We'll figure it out. So today, because I'm doing a makeup tutorial, guess what we're doing? A $50 gift card to Sephora, okay? So one lucky viewer of my YouTube will get a $50 Sephora gift card because they're watching me beat my face for the first time, and I need the love and support, okay? But guess what you out there have to do? You have to make sure that you watch this video, okay? In the video embedded will be a secret word. This word you will comment down below, okay? And that's how you get entered into the raffle. On the 6th day, which I'm thinking about doing this on letting everybody know the winners on New Year's Day, okay? New Year's Day, I'm gonna drop a video and I'm gonna make sure that we give props to all of those people who come out and support me every single day. Every time I post something, I really want to give back, and this is my way of doing it. I figure let's talk and get into some things and we can get through what we get through. So today we are doing a $50 gift card to Sephora. I hope you guys are excited. Most of my products I actually get from Sephora, except for maybe my brushes, and I'll just talk you guys through it. We'll talk some mess, and I'm just gonna shut my motherfucking mouth and get on started, okay? So let's start with right now. The only thing on my face, I wash my face, and I have on bio oil, but I do like to use a little BioSense squalene rose oil. I love this stuff. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. Okay, I actually kind of love this stuff. So what I do, I kind of give myself a little bit before I put on my primer. And this is how I do my makeup. I don't want to be in the comments. If you're not offering constructive criticism, ho, keep it to your mammy tap himself. I do not care. And when you're applying, I always go up. I see where my wrinkles won't come in it. And it's right here around my mouth because I'm always running it or laughing. So my laugh lines is really prominent, okay? So first things first, let's prime. I use my Milk Hydro Primer. Now, I really want to start talking to you guys about, like, we're coming into the new year, right? And I'm, like, super excited about it. But it's just so fascinating. So, it's a new year. And I'm super excited to get into it. And I'm, like, really challenging myself to manifest the things that I want. I'm like such a scary person when it comes to like wanting things, you know what I mean? I'm not really a dreamer. I'm really pragmatic because I genuinely believe most things I have, I get on my own. You know what I mean? I know that sounds so bad, like, but I work very hard and I refuse to give my accolades to anybody else. So, in doing that though, I don't consider myself a dreamer. So I'm trying to shed a little bit of that in 2021 and kind of move into faith-based walk. No, maybe what I want to say is I want to dream and I want to expect more and want more and say, like, why can't it be millions of dollars? Why can't it be a 6-figure campaign? Why can't I have these things? And I'm really trying to speak that stuff into existence in this new year. So I'm going to use this Kat Von D. This is her foundation. It's Good Apple. I use Tan 72. Okay, this kind of like flew off the shelves, and it primarily did because it's super full coverage. So y'all see I have like these right here, right? So I'm just going on through with my Morphe brush, and this is really like a concealer brush, I think. I don't know, M167. So I'm just going on through and kind of like patting this in. A lot of people color correct, but this has been really good for me because like when you go out, if I don't want to wear any makeup, this is all I put on. And I'm just going through and patting it down. But what about you guys? Do you manifest? Are you on TikTok? You know what I mean? Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. Are we doing that? I just feel like we have to expect more, us as a community. We can have everything. It's a lot of money out here to be made. And not to say that money is everything, because I don't necessarily believe that either. But I'm a Virgo, so yeah, I do. I'm a Virgo, so yeah, I do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lie. But I do think it's something to wanting the best things. And that's just real life. That's just real life. So I'm going to go through with my Anastasia. I do my brows first, okay? This is the Brow Freeze. Obsessed. Now, I tried, to switch gears a bit. I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I tried, like, eyebrow tint. Okay, so I went and got my eyebrows tinted. They're never really this dark, which is nice. I actually really enjoyed it the first time. I was a little bit nervous, but I went and got them done, and I'm glad I did. So now that's going to be like a part of like my beauty regimen. But I also think I want to get lamination because I kind of like when the brows kind of like stick up a bit. What is that about? Is that the thing? It just looks a little bit more, I feel like 2021, 2022 is moving into more like that natural kind of makeup. Like, we went through the phases, you know, where makeup was looking like a lot like caked on, I guess. And not in a bad way. Like, we was beat. Bitch, we was beat down. You know what I mean? But now we in a space where, like, maybe we want something cuter or whatever. And I think that that's what this is going to provide us. So this like is one of those things you can do. I love the brow freeze. That'll kind of like, I know it looks crazy right now, but I promise when my brows are done, it'll look great. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same brush and the Anastasia pomade that they saying we not using no more, but a bitch is gonna use until it ain't nothing less. Okay, and ebony. I had this in ebony, but this is how much I have, guys. I've had this for a year. I use this like so sparingly because a little bit goes a long way. And I'm not like a huge fan of like hugely dark brows. So I'm just going on through. But yeah, back to manifestation. I just feel like I look at these lives like where people are choosing them and being really clear about what they want. And it's really working out for them. And I want to be clear like that. Like, I don't want it to be like I'm limiting, because I think that when I don't practice like manifestation, and if I don't practice like asking for more, whatever the case may be, I limit myself. I limit my dreams. You know what I mean? My husband, Joe, is a Pisces, right? And I'm a Virgo. And I know you guys are like, well, the signs. But to know me is to know that I'm a good witch, and I really do believe in the signs. Just astrology, not the science, astrology. But Joe is a dreamer, and always has been since we were children, teenagers. Since we were teenagers, he was a dreamer, and it really is a difference in how we look at life, because I am driven constantly by finance, and I'm good at it. You know what I mean? I'm able to provide. I've always been somebody who's been financially astute and been able to be in a certain space. And he has been driven by what he feels is his purpose. And that really is it's fascinating. It's just, and I think it's part of the reason why, like, I'm drawn to him in a way. You know what I mean? Like, because I want to experience that. Like, I admire it. Ooh. Okay. So like I said, I use so little. When I mean, I just dab it, make sure it's like, and then I just do one whole brow, and then I dab it again, do the other brow. And then I just kind of come out of it too, guys. But I'm saying all that to say sometimes when you're around people, I hope this is like you guys are following me and I'm not all over the place. But I want to give you guys what I'm using and everything like that as well. But it makes me feel like when you are dealing with somebody who thinks on such a other level in that manner, it inspires you. You know what I mean? Because what you don't want, you won't receive. Like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? My husband says that all the time, right? So I feel like I have been missing shots. And I am not doing that in this year. And that's why I'm stepping out of my motherfucking comfort zone like this. So let's move on, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys right now, the foundation that I'm going to be using is the Estee Lauder Doublewear. Insane. I don't know what made me purchase this, but it is so fucking good, okay? Like, so good. Before we do that, I'm going to clean up my brows because, again, I do brows first. All right, so I'm going to go on through. I told myself to get everything out before I start. Here it is. I'm going to go on through with my LA Pro Girl Concealer because we all need one. This is a must-have, high-key, y'all. A must-have. Now, I have it in the color Fawn. Okay, so I usually use my Kat Von D as like a palette, like a painting palette. I know I got another one around here. Where is it? So what I do, okay, I don't see ya. So right now I'm gonna use this. Okay. So what I do is I'll take my Kat Von D palette, my Doublewear, and then I just let it drip because I don't have like the pump, which I don't know why it doesn't come with a pump. I think that's that's the only thing I don't like about this. That's so Estee Lauder of Estee Lauder. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Like, why doesn't it have a pump? Like, why do I have to buy the pump separately? But maybe it makes sense. Because then they only have to you only have to purchase one pump. No, it don't make sense. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't make sense. So I'm going to use my brush. I'm going to use a different one. Okay, so you guys can see the tip. Can you see that? There you go. And I use this for my, don't judge the makeup around it, guys. I haven't cleaned my brushes this week. So, get a dirty bitch. I don't care. It's my face. So, I'm just going to go on through and underneath with the lighter Fawn. Okay, I'm going to do lighter underneath and then my complexion, the foundation complexion on top. Okay. But where do you guys buy your makeup from? It's funny because I actually love Ulta too. But I don't know what it is. It feels, and I want to say something, but I don't want to limit myself. I love Ulta because I love the idea that you could get like those drugstore brands. You know what I mean? In the same place you can grab Macr or Morphe, or you know what I mean. I think that's like super dope, and I love that. And I do kind of wish Sephora kind of had that model, but you know, people can't do all things for you, baby. They just can't. So now I'm gonna go on top, try to keep it simple. I'm gonna be honest, I clean my brows up about 100 times, but that's because I'm real particular and I want them to look a certain way. So no judgment. We're gonna go on through. But I like Sephora, honestly, for my fragrance. Like, if I'm getting fragrance, I'm real particular about my foundation because I'm a brown girl. So I kind of wear, like, unless I see, I don't know who I saw this particular one on, where I said, let me try Estee Lauder. But I had been looking, previously I had only used Fenty. And before Fenty, I had only used MAC. That's how loyal I am. I went from MAC. I had been using, I'm not going to age myself, but I've been using MAC for years, okay, in W45. And then I went to Fenty, and she had me in a motherfucking chokehold, like, because I wasn't going nowhere, sis. I love Fenty, right? Like, then they brought out the powder, and the bitch didn't know what to do, okay? So I actually really stayed loyal to the soil, and then I tried this, and I think it's the way that this sets that I'm so obsessed with, like super obsessed with. And I try to get as close to the brow line as possible because I just want like neat natural brows. Like, I want to look like I just got, not like they painted on, but like, okay, arch. You know what I mean? He's a little dark. And you'll see how I go through. I usually set them with powder, and that kind of brings the color up a bit too, makes it a little bit lighter. Okay, there we go. And then what makes it easier for me to tell if they're even is, like, I can see here I need to come up a little bit. Oh. Okay, so I have my beauty blender. I just buy these off Amazon, nothing major, okay? And what I usually do is like the sprayer with my all-nighter spray. She is a little damp already, but I like to add just a little bit of setting spray because I want to press the makeup in, okay? I'm just going on through, making sure it's all the way in, because to me, I don't, like I said, I don't like to look too cakey. Okay, and then I'm going to go on through with my, I'm going to do this really quick. I've been looking a little tired lately, so I'm just going to use my LA Pro Grow Concealer. This is a color corrector in Orange Correct. And I'm just going to go on through underneath. Okay, and right here, because these are my problem areas. Just give it this one a little bit there. Okay. Didn't want this to be too long. I'm just going to go on through. Okay. But yeah, bust down and tell me where you guys are buying your makeup from. Like, do you have a particular brand that you love or whatever the case may be? Because I'm just really curious about that. Like, any new foundations, especially if you have a little bit of melanin. What are your foundation choices? Because I'm really corny when it comes to picking new colors and stuff. Okay, and I like using a beauty blender. It's a preference to blend it out, especially because what I do is use that setting spray. So I'm just pressing it on in. Now this one, I don't know if I told you guys, I had this in sandalwood. Oh, it's 6C2 pecan. I think I just ordered sandalwood because we kind of changed, Joe and I moved and we're in a different climate. We were originally in LA. And it was super sunny all the time. And now I don't get nearly as much sun. So I just like to, you know, make sure that I'm matching. Like, I don't like it to be too brown. Sometimes this one can come off a little bit too brown, this color. So I wanted to make sure I got something a little bit closer. So I'm just going on through. Okay. And what I do after, you don't have to do this, but I do add a little bit more powder foundation as well, and that just makes me feel like, okay, we are set and ready to go. All right, I'm going to go through with my True Complexion contour palette by Black Radiance. Okay, I love this one. Don't judge it. I do use it as a palette for my makeup. I'm just going to go on through, and I like to warm it up. Okay, and I use the Sculptor right in the middle. But because the contour is a little bit too dark on me, I got this one I have in the color dark to deep, and usually I get medium to dark, and I've got this during the summertime. So just going on through. Okay. And this is literally how I do it. Y'all gonna think this is so messy, but I go through and clean it up at the end. I always do the bottom so we can sculpt that jaw as well. Okay, and then I take a smaller brush and I do my nose. Okay, the key to the nose is bringing it all the way up under the brow. That's the key to nose contouring, honestly. All right, just bring it all the way down. Sometimes I put a little bit more than I should, but it'll be all right. Who gonna check me, boo? But that's because, honestly, I'm the cleanup queen. So, yeah. So now we're going through and just doing this, but I want to get back to what we was talking about. So like I said, I do kind of use Ulta and Sephora for two different places. So Sephora is more like my go-to. If I have a foundation, it's always there, or my fragrances. And then Ulta is like lip glosses, blushes. They have Juvia's Place and NYX or NYX. And, you know, I like to get those products too because they're not as expensive as everything else I use. And even a black radiance palette, like things like that, you want to be able to like grab those things and it not be an arm and a leg. Like you don't have to spend a lot of money on all of your makeup. Like it just, you definitely do not. Like, so I absolutely do not. Speaking of Juvia's Place, I use Juvia's Place under eye. Okay, so this one is more like my under eye. Okay, and that's how I do it. I like it to go up because I want to lift. All right, and I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I'll take my nose for last, and then I do this. Okay, and honestly, I let it sit for a minute. Spray my face. I kind of spray my face a lot. It's a personal thing, but I like my stuff to be set. Like I want the bitch to be like, like I don't want her to move at all. Okay, so while I wait for that to kind of like seep in, I'm gonna go through with my Amrezy palette from Anastasiabeverlyhills. Obsessed. I was gonna say my one of my doctors is right next door to the one in Beverly Hills, and I'm obsessed with this. So I went through, I love their palettes because they're super pigmented, and that makes sense, even though y'all know me, I kind of do the same eye makeup all the time. So I'm just gonna go on through. Okay, I'm using OG or OG. First of all, it definitely say oh motherfucking G, bitch. OG, okay, and going on through with my base. And I usually do this just like this while I'm waiting this one out. And I usually just put the base on and then I blend it out. Gives me enough time to put this on. And then I blend it out. So what have y'all been watching on TV? I have been, oh my God, let me tell you what I've been watching. And it's been so motherfucking good. And I don't care what y'all say in the bag. Portia Family Matters. Portia Family Matters. It was so much better than the season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and just started, child. Just started. Now I'll go in and blend. So if you don't know Portia, she's from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She done blew up the internet deciding that she gonna mess with somebody's husband, child. And I don't care what y'all say. I love Portia. I want to be real clear about that. She's a Cancer. I love Cancer energy. But Mama was plotting. Even if she was plotting, because it's no secret nowhere in major cities, and I mean this with all due respect, that one thing an African man gonna do is trick bread. Ooh, I just said that out loud, child. And I think that she met, her love language might be a certain thing, and she met somebody who provided that, and good for her. You know what I mean? Because most of us out here split motherfucking bills with niggas. So, ooh, sorry about that. I'm gonna bleep it. But y'all know, listen, so I'm not going to be upset with her for getting into a bag. But this is really the story of watching her be mad at Dennis for Dennis being Dennis, which is really fascinating. And how, like, she's like, oh, we're trying to come together as a family, but it's looking very much like I want to rub my happiness in Dennis' face, and it's not working. It's like not working for her, bro. And it's really funny to me. Like, it's like really funny. And I love her, and I don't want to see her be out, like put out or whatever the case may be. And I also don't want to see Dennis' ass win. However, he's making a case for himself because he's a star. Do you hear me? A star aura. And I think that like child, I'm mad we didn't get more. I'm not mad we didn't get more Dennis before. I'm glad we didn't, because now we get to experience him in all his glory, and he is a star. Rah. Like, it's just not up for debate. Like, he's a fantastic human being, and and it's messed up because it's like we forgot. Like, I don't want to forget that he cheated on Portia, because he did. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, Portia, you a wild Joan. You is wild. Like, and I think that, like, I be looking around, like, some of the stuff she be doing, I be thinking my man would have killed me. Like, Joe loved me to death, but Joe would have, like, legit killed me. Like, there's no way. Like, baby daddy or not. Okay, so I'm just going through with my LA Pro Girl Concealer. I go down a little bit more to get, like, underneath, because mama got bags and dark circles, so there you go. But back to Portia and my girlfriend Portia and what she be going through. Child, she be really wearing me out on Portia Family Matters, because she is like, you ever got a girlfriend who just all over the place? Like, she'll tell you one thing, like, you stupid, and then you will watch something, like, you'll watch her in a room or see her do something, and you like, child, all you had to say was that you wanted something else. Like, we wouldn't have judged you. Like, we wouldn't have judged you. But I really have been liking it. And I've been liking Mama Gina. I cannot stand her ass. I just think she's the reason why Dennis is a cheater. Because all his life, he has not been held accountable for his piss poor behavior because of stuff like that. Because she wanted to defend his right to be wrong in all avenues. And I think that it's important for black men to have that kind of support. But I also think that, like, you're a man. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be held accountable for some of your shit too. And it's like, she does not do that, or she don't want nobody else to do it but her. And it's really fast. I'm like, well, she ain't perfect. Like, the fact that she lied and said that Mama Diane told her that Portia was cheating is the weirdest. Like, that is so weird. But it make you think, that's where these generations be. Y'all be really out here, like, raising people. And it's like, y'all are nutty buddies. Like, in real life. Like, in real fucking life. And it's just like, girl, no. Like, that's not okay. And it's like, it make you think, is Mama Gina married? Bust down, somebody tell me that. That's all I'm gonna ask. Because I respect my elders some days. When they respect me. And right now, me and her's cool. But, like, is she married though, y'all? Let me know. Because don't y'all think she be, like, a little bit too invested in his bullshit? And I mean, like, to the point where you was tell somebody, like, well, your mother told me you was cheating. Like, why would you lie? That's weird. Like, I'm using my Laura Mercier setting powder. Hands down the best setting powder out there. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. Okay? Like, hands down. And I'm just going to go on through. I do like a light under my eye because I don't like when my eyes are, like, cakey. Okay? But I want them to be, but I get that nose together because I like a real sharp contour. But I just feel like, back to Mama Gina. Mama Gina is really the fundamental issue with so many, like, men, I feel like. Like, especially, like, our men. They get such a hard way to go sometimes that as women, we feel like we have to, like, you know, show up for our sons. And don't get me wrong, it makes a ton of sense to me. But I do still feel like, girl, you didn't even have to do none of that. You know what I mean? Like, you doing all this, like, he don't even need you to cater for him in the manner that you cater for him. And it's like, you provide him with the emotional support that he's unable to provide to other people. You know what I mean? Because if he even get close to somebody, you get all weird or whatever the case may be. And that's just odd. Like, that's odd. And I told myself, when I have children, I'm going to love on my daughters a little bit more. Because if you grew up in, like, and I don't know, not to make this like a black-white thing, but because I'm a brown girl, I'll speak to my experience. When you grow up around, like, in a black household, you know what I mean? You experience different things. And black people raise their daughters and they coddle their sons. And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. I don't know a man where I feel like he's so much more further along than his sibling. Emotionally, mentally, none of that. And I think that's primarily because we give our sons, as much as we say don't cry or don't do this, we make sure the woman knows you have to take care of yourself. Isn't that weird? And this might be controversial. I don't have children. I'm speaking from a space of dating. Okay? And just being across certain men and everything like that. And being like, okay, who did that for you? You know what I mean? Or where you get that from? And it's like, and even seeing this with Portia and Dennis. Yes, I set my brows, y'all. It's a thing. Even seeing this with Portia and Dennis, I'm always like, what's going on with y'all? Like, that's just weird what y'all be going through. And it's primarily because she dealing with a man who don't have no boundaries with his mama. So he don't have no boundaries with nobody. So he think he can do whatever. He's been getting through and getting over so often that he used to it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like corny to me. That's like mad corny. So I'm going through with, 1988, and I'm still on my Anastasiabeverlyhills Amrezy palette, and I'm just going through, and I like to do a little bit of the, okay, because I like it a little bit darker, and then I just blend it out. Okay, and this is for the drama. Like, am I the drama? Y'all, I want y'all to know, I say that all the time. It's my new favorite thing. And a lot of people do their eye makeup first so they can clean it up with their concealer. It really is a preference thing for me. It's just like my flow, you know what I mean? And y'all know how it is. When you're used to flowing, you just do your thing. And that's what I do, okay? My thing, my thug dizzle. So that's what I go through and do. Okay. And then I'm going to go through with one more thing on the same palette. Okay. Now, I love random thought. I love Anastasiabeverlyhills palettes because they come with brushes. And they're good brushes. Okay. And this is Anastasia. This particular color. And I'll just go through and I'll clean it up, and blend her out. Okay, because I like a little shimmer, but not too much. I think I like lighten me up, but don't do too much. Don't do too much for the kid, okay? So, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna put on my blush. It gets easier from here, guys, I promise. This is MAC. Oh, most of my blushes, honestly, got it from MAC. I've been using a new one I have a new Morphe palette that I love too. Oh, this is more like a highlighter though, because it gives me like these nice shimmery ones. Can you guys see that? Do I have my thing on? Oh, there we go. Like this one. Love this one. I use it all the time. This one right here. Okay, and I'm going to use it today. I have MAC Burnt Pepper. Okay, it just gives me like a little like Issue Sunkissed. Not too much makeup. Mad Natural. And I'll come up here as well. Okay, and give you a little bit of... But yeah, Portia Family Matters has really been opening up a lot of questions about like how we deal with breakups and how we blend families. It really is a fascinating watch. But what's really clear, to Lauren's point, a lot of people are around Portia because she pays them. Because Portia doesn't look, and I mean this with all due respect, as likable on this show. Like, it's weird. Like, I like her less. I like Dennis way more. But then you can, you know what I mean? But it shows you how people manipulate. I can tell she's very, I don't want to say she's manipulative, but I can tell she's very conscious of the spotlight. Like, a lot of stuff is curated, is what I'm saying. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm going to go through with that same brush I used under the eye and hit my nose real quick. Okay? I usually go through with my finger. I want to keep the line. I don't want to blend it out too much. But yeah, Dennis is a star. Mama Gina and Dennis are carrying this show on a mother and back. And I love every moment of it. I'm so glad about it. And like, I really am. And I think it's something too, like, what they're going through, their dynamic and everything like that. I'm feeling this. I like easy looks. So now I'm just going to go through and wipe off all of this. So let's beat this in. I'm going to blend her in. Battery die, ho. So my bad. I'm going through with my $1.25 eyelashes. I love all the girls that's out there spending all this money on lashes and everything like that. But I've been having a hard time doing it because I get mine for $1.25 from the hair store, okay? I'm going to use my Duo Glue. I was actually, oops, sorry guys. I was actually just introduced to this. Can you guys see that? There we go. My Duo Glue. I'm obsessed with this, okay? And I got this one in black, and I'm just going to go on through and throw these lashes on. But I really want to leave y'all with, because I'm done. And maybe I'll put on a little wig for y'all. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. Okay, so my battery died. I'm going through with my dollar lashes because they are fantastic, okay? I get these from the beauty supply place, and they are $1.25. And I want to buy expensive lashes, but it just doesn't make sense to me anymore. I'm going to use my Duo Glue, okay? Love this glue. I actually got this from Macr. One day I was walking in. Where were we at? Me and Joe were going to see a show at, I want to say, Planet Hollywood. And my lash was falling off. My eyes were watering. So I was like, let me go grab something from Macr, and this is what I grabbed. So now I'm fully obsessed with this stuff. It's like absolutely amazing. So I'm about done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my lashes on off camera. I'm going to throw on a wig and give you guys a full look on the other side. Okay, this is the final look. I actually went through and threw on like a Zury Sis unit. This is Miss Tyra. I'll leave the details below. She's really, really pretty. She took me no time to get together. I'm doing a new series. I'm going to start something on TikTok. It'll be 15-second wigs or wigs in under a minute. And I won't be doing full-blown YouTube videos on them. It'll just be videos or units that I get sent that I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to just do a little something with it. And this is one of them. So I hope you guys are into what we're about to manifest in this next week, okay? Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, number one. You hit that notification bell, number two. You pay attention for all of the secret word in each video. That's number three, okay? And then comment below with that word so I can make sure that we get you entered into the raffle every single day. There will be a different ZarZarGalore favorite thing, okay? And I want you guys to be a part of that. So let me know what you think. A quick and easy beat. That's my that's my little Kim for y'all. And I'll see you beautiful mother jumpers later.